entrepreneurs, one of the quickest ways to reduce stress is to identify your infinite game. An infinite game is something that you're going to pursue across your life. You're not going to give up. It's something that you're going to continuously try to improve on. And so the way it reduces stress is, well, for one, failure becomes a stepping stone. So if there's, for example, a challenge that you're currently working on and there's some deadline associated with it, it's common that you'd begin to feel a certain level of stress as that deadline approaches. Will we or will we not succeed in this endeavor? And it's common that we begin to associate, especially as entrepreneurs who've dedicated a bigger part of your life, let's be honest, than most people to work. It's common that you'd start to see success or failure as an indication of your identity, whether you are a success as a person or a failure. But I want to remind you that when you adopt an infinite game, when you're saying, for example, I'm going to become the best I can possibly be in business, or I'm going to continuously try to upgrade my skills for delegation. If these are infinite games that you're playing, then if you fail at something or you miss a deadline, it means something different. It's just a learning experience. It changes it from being something that reflects on your identity, and instead it becomes a part of the journey toward success. It's just a stepping stone that can be a learning opportunity, or it can be something that helps you to make some progress, even if you didn't make all the progress you hoped for. So deadlines become more of like a milestone and part of a game instead of an indication of your identity, whether you've made it or not by a certain point in time. So an infinite game is going to empower you to work faster, harder, and better because it actually lowers your stress, which we know unlocks your energy, unlocks your creativity. It makes you get more done, not stressing yourself out by believing that somehow you have to do something this time the right way or else. That generates this sort of clogged psychological tension that prevents your creativity from flowing naturally. So here's your challenge. Think about something that's been stressing you out lately, and then identify what umbrella level infinite game that stressor is a subcomponent of. So let's just take it, for example, if your infinite game is to use business as a source for generating more power, the power to influence and help people you care about. Maybe that's paying off the mortgage for your parents' house, or empowering other entrepreneurs in your colleagues or your team to be able to achieve their goals in life through the process of business and unlocking value for everybody. If that's your infinite game, think about where does the stressor fit into that? And what happens is you start seeing that stressor, that things that you feel out of control of, as just a part of the game, as part of the journey, something you have to overcome that you're not going to give up on. You'll just learn and try things. And sometimes you'll find yourself in that question mark position where you're not exactly sure how you're going to overcome it, but you start seeing it as, well, the question mark and overcoming the question mark, getting the data that you need to discover how to overcome that obstacle. That's a part of the game. That's a part of the infinite game. What that does is that, again, it lowers your stress, which unlocks your productivity. And if you're starting to feel like, I'm not sure I'm going to make it, like the odds are moving against me right now, it seems like the numbers aren't stacking up the way we want to. In fact, they're stacking up in favor of failure. If you start feeling that way and you still believe that you're on the right course, then what I want you to do is picture yourself getting up again after getting knocked down, dusting yourself off, and recommitting to, well, this is an infinite game. Here we go again. And what happens is, by seeing yourself overcome an obstacle, you stop suppressing the fear and you just allow yourself to face the possibility that you may not do as well on a certain effort as you thought you might, but you no longer are afraid of it. And so you stop using up your psychological resources to suppress fear. And instead you accept that, well, things may not go exactly as we hope, but I'm going to succeed eventually. So it's a commitment to eventually succeeding that allows you to psychologically become more resilient. And finally, that third step of this challenge is just to set your intention to enjoy the game. Once you've seen yourself potentially failing and you've said, yeah, if that happens, I'll dust myself off and get going again, and then you've set your intention to enjoy the game itself, you'll be amazed at how much freedom and stress relief that can bring as you free up energy and the motivation that you need to be able to pursue your goal. So take this challenge seriously. Pause to ask yourself that question. What has been stressing me out lately? See which infinite goal that can fit under, and then reset your mind. Talk to you again soon.